Hello, good people. We build tanks for a couple of the largest film and tool distributors in the market. Nonetheless, I do what I call applied tank science. I don't really know how to word all this stuff. I'm not an eloquent speaker, nor am I a scientist, nor did I even go to college. I learned this by way of doing what works best for me, makes me more efficient and my shop more efficient. For 35 years, I've run a tint shop by myself. I have recently hired a full-time installer, and so it gives me more time to show you guys how this stuff works. This is some things that you can probably do yourself, but I can sell you everything you need to make this work and do it in a professional way so you can have many, many years of enjoyment from your tank. Now, the traditional fill method, which all my tanks come with unless otherwise requested, is a Schrader valve placed in the top of the tank. We're going to utilize these two props here. This is going to be tank 1 with traditional fill method. It's just a little tube here. We're going to take this tube, we're going to put it in the top of the tank, and you can see it. I don't know if you can see it coming down in here just so far. That's going to represent the fill valve in the top of the tank, which will pressurize your tank, compressing the air in there and giving you pressure. So your pickup tube, which runs from the bottom, then the pressure can push down and push the solution out, and you get all your solution out. Works great, flawless. However, over here, this is tank number 2. This is the way all my tanks are set up. If I go mobile, I'm just going to be honest with you, a tank works great, but you need some kind of compressed air apparatus to keep adding air to that tank to keep your pressure consistent. Because if you're doing a job that requires 5 gallons of solution, you may want to get you 3 3-gallon tanks, fill those up and use those versus taking one 5-gallon, because as this amount of space up here holds the air, when it depletes the liquid in here, you have a void, thus meaning less pressure to finish pushing out all the solution. So you're only going to get 3.5 or 4 gallons of solution in that 5-gallon tank. If indeed you fill it until the pop-off valve pops off, you may have enough pressure in there to empty the tank and all of its solution, and you may not. I mean, that's just depends on, how much pressure you get in there and how much solution you put in there. I use all my tanks to shop, and I keep a constant airline hooked to them, which I'll show you a video on that later. We won't get off into that. But I keep a constant 80 PSI on my tank all the time. Now, I'm showing you this because someone had made a comment that said X brand of slip solution starts off strong, but before my tank is empty, it loses its slip. There's several things that can cause that. Doesn't matter which brand you use. Most all of them, I'm just going to start with baby shampoo, since that was the most common thing. We'll just talk on baby shampoo. Has glycerin in it. Glycerin is no more than sugar. If the pH is wrong, glycerin is a sugar. It forms a bacteria. The bacteria feeds off the glycerin, eats the glycerin out. Then your slip ratio drops. Or you can have a tank that sits in the shop, and if the solution is not agitated ever so often, all your settlement will go on the bottom, and you'll use all your soap and your surfactants up first. Then it works great to start with, and as you get down to the end, it loses its fizz, if you want to say. That happens too. A lot of folks say, well, I pick my tank up and I shake it. Yeah, you can pick it up and shake it, but man, that's 5 gallons full tank to pick up and shake. Shaking a solution instead of blending it is not what you want. If you want to mix your solution in a gallon jug, shake it up, pour it in the tank, then add your water, that's fine too. But after it's all said and done, it can, and most times will separate, and there again, all your soap or your goodie will fall to the bottom. That's just a given. All right, I'm going to show you a traditional fill method. Y'all going to hear me huffing and puffing because I'm going to blow into this little tube right here so you can see it blowing the air in here. Now, this is a traditional method to fill the tank with air. Got a little bug there in the way. To fill the tank with air. Now, I'm going to sort of squeeze this bottle together so you can see that we're putting air in it. All right, we just blew air in that. All we successfully done was pressurize the bottle so it could push the fluid out. Okay. My method, the way I fill my tank, both my tanks are set up like this, is watch this. This air tube stops here. Mine goes all the way to the bottom, the full length of the same pickup tube that pushes it out. Now you can watch what this does as mine's adding air to it. Now, mind you, it adds air as it's needed because the line's hooked to it, so it constantly is agitating. Every time I let take fluid out, it's agitating the solution and adding pressure back to it. So I keep a constant flow of 80 psi all the time. And I just got it hooked to a direct line to my air compressor with a regulator set at 80 psi. This is what happens when mine adds air. My solution stays mixed. Now some may pose the question, well, what about all this foam that's created at the top? I'll get air in it. No. See, there's no cavitation or foam at the bottom. You can pressurize your tank and keep your solution mixed and agitated at all times by having a direct line hooked to it and using our field setup. We can sell you this from GasketProTools.com, show you how to hook it up. You'll be a happy camper. You want that or this? Really simple fix, really cheap, and does an awesome job. Hope this helps all of you out. Hope you have a great day. Thank you.